What's going on to you, Libras? Hope y'all are having a great day. Smash the like button. That way you can get more in tune to the energy of the reading. And like the video, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, smash the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And let's get into it for you, Libras. So you Libras have the Magician, the Strength, and the Ace of Wands right here, right? So, these three cards for you, Libras, spells this very much so spells you understanding your own value. Here's why. The Magician is about a brand new mentality and attitude that a lot of you have taken on. Because a lot of you Libras can be on demon time. Y'all can y'all are beautiful and all of that, but I know a lot of y'all off camera because of TikTok, the people that have come by on my YouTube channel here, become subscribers, stuff like this. And y'all, because y'all are the opposite zodiac sign of Aries, y'all can wild out. Here's the thing. A lot of you have stopped wilding out and stopped trying to tell people what to do or like have things your way. And a lot of you Libras started to take a step back and really just kind of peep game. Peep game as to other people's characters. So you can understand who you're hanging out with, what to do, where you're going, just overall everything. The Magician, the Strength, and the Ace of Wands. Because what it is I'm seeing here for you, this is really, like I said, this is really about you coming into your own. There's some things that's messing with you that isn't leaving you very quite happy. And a lot of you Libras are going to have to learn to go through it and get over it. A lot of you Libras usually tell me off camera that, because I know a lot of y'all, believe it or not, I know a lot of y'all. I'm meeting more Libras now, honestly, than I've ever met in my entire life. I know a lot of y'all, you know what I mean? And I didn't even know how far and how wide my name went. My YouTube channel alone doesn't do me justice, because like so many people know me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, all right. I didn't know that you rock with my channel like that. Thank you. I appreciate that. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that a lot of y'all like have issues with other people. And what I'm trying to tell y'all about this is don't wild out. Just allow things to be what they are, right? And this is training the ego anyway. This is learning how to train that ego, because what's happening here is a lot of times people don't like it when somebody's bagging on them or giving them a hard time. But then at the same time, what happens is that you trying to figure out what's a good way to fight back. And to be honest with you, if it's some sort of business stuff, right? It's like your job or something like that. Don't fight back. So now the Strength in the Ace of Wands now here represents you ultimately show your strength by leaving them alone. Have them look crazy. Because if it's specifically if it's like a job situation, right? Leave them alone. You know, and I know they probably giving you a hard time, but you got to understand that you have more of a beast in you than they probably do in them. So, you know what I'm saying? It really will be like cat and mouse, you know? So you can't wild out. Because you know what I'm saying? Like I've known people who've been in jail for 10 years straight who got out and then like wild it out, and then when I wanted to wild out on them, they got scared. And it's like how does that happen? Like how do you You know what I mean? How is it that you act tough with me, and then when I move or act tough with you or whatever, right? Whatever, right? Right? Um, you don't know what is it that you're doing. Like, what's up with that? But so that's just how certain things are. So it's really more of a it's really more of a real valid reason to not wild out on them. Because I'm seeing that there are some people that you Libras want to say something to that has to deal with the job, has to deal with some sort of your social circle, people that you have to see every day. And a lot of you Libras are like, maybe you should. And I'm answering the question or the puzzle for you. Don't. The Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, excuse me, Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords is about how, because once again, this is just transitional, right? Once it is that you're done with school, your work, you don't have to see these people. You know what I mean? These people are not a constant individual in your life. They're not like someone that you are emotionally attached to in a relationship where y'all are together or whatever the case may be, and like, you have to see them because you're coming home to them. Let me see. Yeah, the Four of Cups. You don't have to see these people. So once again, don't even wild out, you know? Like, the only type of people who should really be having this type of issue for real and don't have any kind of self-control is really like children, kids, people who are under the age of like 12. And the reason right? And the reason why this I'm saying is because, kids don't really have too much impulse control, right? But, you're learning how to teach children impulse control. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, especially if you're an adult, which more than likely you Libras are, point that I'm trying to get y'all to understand is these people are not a constant in your life. You don't have to see them when the job is over, or like whatever it is that you're doing is over, or like you're in a relationship with them where you live with them, right? You don't have to see them. So the thing is that for you Libras, right, this is what I mean when I say that a lot of Libras be having weak crews, because, and this is why it is that life be kicking y'all so hard. It's because being a Libra, you are born into a profound, a zodiac sign that is here to do a job. The whole point of Libra represents the existence of balance, the existence of harmony, the existence of everything being in its rightful place and having a purpose and understanding what the purpose is. Libra is also a mix of what is known as good and evil, or fair and unfair. This is why you Libras, and I've never met a Libra that didn't say that they didn't like things 50-50. However, even though that sounds good in principle, and I love y'all Libras for that, a lot of y'all don't practice equity. A lot of y'all don't practice equity because, a lot of y'all don't practice it. And a lot of y'all don't, a lot of y'all don't understand that a lot of you Libras don't really understand that you need to practice equity. What is equity? Equity is fairness. This is why it's called inequity, right? Inequity, not equal, not fair. Libra represents fairness, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here with that is a lot of y'all, the way that a lot of y'all live y'all lives, y'all want to bang. And I know more, like, I know so many, like K-Flock. I know so many Libras who are bangers, want to bang on somebody. And it's like, this is what Lil Jodeci, and this is what lands a lot of y'all in jail. Is because for you Libras, you have to understand equity. You have to understand that there's good and evil in everything. And I'm talking from a moralistic perspective, right? But when we're talking about beyond moralism, you have to understand that everything has its own particular place. And a lot of you Libras, y'all are supposed to know this, and a lot of y'all don't. A lot of y'all be emotional. A lot of y'all, and that's why it is that I keep saying over week after week that Libra is a heavy card. It's because you have to develop the level of maturity to understand that you got to be above a lot of this earthly stuff. Air signs have to be the ones air signs and earth signs have to be the ones that are above this earthly stuff. The elements that wild out and do too much emotional baggage stuff should be fire signs, and they should be water signs. Why? Because fire and water signs deal with the emotions, as opposed to earth and air signs. Not saying that we don't have emotions too, and to be quite fair, equitable, right? To be Libran for a minute or Libra for a minute doesn't mean that you Libras don't have feelings. Doesn't mean that you Libras should be taken advantage of. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You Libras deserve respect, of course. But at the same time, what it is I'm trying to say here with that is that's part of the problem. This is what separates an individual that can essentially go higher from an individual who can't. Earth signs and air signs have to learn to sacrifice their own wants and needs for a little bit so that they're able to actually see the bigger picture. That's one of the reasons why we are the element that we are. You dig what I'm saying? Because when it comes to earth signs, life be picking on us and getting on our nerves too. I'm a Virgo saying this. My brother's a Taurus. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I know plenty of Capricorns. And my father's an Aquarius. I was engaged to a Libra. And I was in love with a Gemini. I'm saying, so I know what it is that I'm talking about. You have to understand sometimes that it doesn't even matter about your own emotions. Sometimes you have to be able to see the bigger picture, that you will wild out on somebody and say and do something that should have been done, but at the same time or whatever, sometimes it can be met with an overreaction as opposed to understanding that, and that makes it inequitable. Now you got a debt to pay. It's instead of understanding that a lot of these people are not built like you. Libra is built for bang. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can wild out, like y'all could bang on somebody. But the point that I'm trying to make here is just because you are capable of it and y'all are built like that doesn't mean that everyone is. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say the Page of Cups, the World, and the Nine of Swords. You got to understand that most people are, you got to understand that when people are acting like that with you, they scared. So you got to let it slide is the point that I'm trying to make. You got to let it slide. These people are not built like you. You know what I mean? You know, they're not built like you like that. They're not built where, you know what I mean, you'll run down on somebody. And then not only that too, but another thing about Libras that a lot of y'all have to fix in order for y'all to get to a higher level. A lot of y'all got to stop running y'all mouths and a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of y'all be coming off like y'all are stupid. A lot of y'all got to stop running y'all mouths and like trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I, you know what I mean? I like y'all Libras, but the problem though sometimes with y'all, another thing is a lot of y'all be running y'all mouths. And what I mean by that is a lot of y'all are too prideful to a lot of y'all act like y'all know everything. And a lot of y'all don't know anything, and y'all don't want to admit that. And y'all don't want to go ahead and discover it. Some of y'all do, but a lot of y'all don't want to do that. And because of it, y'all be haughty, y'all be arrogant, and because of it, that costs y'all. Take a look at K Flock. K Flock was talking about how he didn't even know how to set up his own YouTube channel as far as like the ads, according to him. Now, he could be just facetious, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think he was being facetious because I'm not even, let me take that back, because I really don't, because I mean, he could have been. But the point that I'm trying to make here, the point is, K Flock being a Libra, I don't understand what acting like you don't know how to set up your own YouTube channel would do for you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't get, I don't understand what's the strategy behind that. Because you Libras are strategists, but I don't understand what would be the strategy behind it. Would it be to look like you cool? Like, I still wouldn't get it. So even if he was lying, what would be the strategy behind that joint? Like, what would he be trying to accomplish in saying, like, yeah, I have 1.2 million views on the video, but I'm not even getting monetized for it on YouTube, even though I have a YouTube channel. I don't even know how to set up monetization on it. So it's like I don't even understand what exactly would be the point of that. You know what I mean? But that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, regardless of whether K Flock was being 100 or not, it's still sad, because if you said that and you weren't being serious, you trying to hold up an image. You trying to be so gangster to the point where you think like being gangster is a sport, and saying something like that makes you look cool, when in actuality it makes you look pitiful, because it says that you so caught up in gangsterism you can't even understand the world to benefit yourself. You making things harder on yourself if you said that, and if it's untrue. If you said that and it's true, then it means that you need to educate yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you have your joint monetized, if you have your joint monetized and you are getting paper from it, don't say stuff like that, because in the next, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the next business meeting, this is why it is that you're gonna have people that's gonna try to undercut you and try to like penny pinch you. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, what would be the point of saying something goofy like that? Like that, there's no strategy behind that type of stuff, because now the Page of Cups, the World, and the Nine, excuse me, the Page of Cups, the World, and the Nine of Swords now is about how, once again, you have to understand that you are young in this thing. You are young to even understanding your own feelings and emotions. And you know what I'm saying? So the World and the Nine of Swords is all about how you Libras have to, because like a lot of Libras be emotionally illiterate, regardless of how old they are. They be childlike, and being a child, as far as like emotionally, is not a good thing. You want to be a grown up emotionally, but you want to be a child as far as imagination, in a sense of you want to be open minded and creative, right? The way that a child is open-minded and creative, like how it is that a child will build a whole world, you know what I mean, with tea parties and playing Tonka trucks, you know what I mean, and stuff like this, and like Hess trucks and Transformers and stuff like this, the Autobots and the Decepticons and all of that. They will create whole worlds based around that, right? And you want to be a child as far as imagination, because the imagination represents creative thinking and the ability to manifest certain things. But you want to be an adult when it comes to things emotionally, so that you are prepared in those certain areas to know how to deal with life. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that the World and the Nine of Swords represents, you have to cultivate that. You Libras have to create that. Because now the Page of Swords and the King of Wands, Page of Swords and the King of Wands now is about how, because you Libras have so much potential. Now, why am I saying all this? What is the reading about? This reading is about you Libras having to come up with creative solutions to your difficulties. I'm seeing that there's some difficulties, just be straightforward, that you Libras are having. You're having difficulties socially. And what I'm trying to tell you Libras is that you Libras can solve your problems, but you have to be willing to actually do it. You know what I mean? Because the Page of Swords and the King of Wands now is about how Well, the Page of Swords is a young individual. So like, excuse me. So the Page of Swords is an individual who is very much so still willing to handle their business, and that's good. But the King of Wands represent you will get opposition. People won't see things your way. And what I'm trying to tell y'all is a lot of y'all are sensitive, and y'all have to learn to get over. You have to get over your oversensitivity. Libras are very oversensitive. Y'all are oversensitive. That's why y'all could be bangers. You know what I mean? K Flock, who's a Libra, is very oversensitive, very sensitive. Anything that's said that it can set him off. You know what I mean? And like I said before, that's the thing about the air signs. The air signs, regardless of whether it's Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, be trying to make it seem like X, Y, and Z and all this other type of stuff. And my thing about it is that stop trying to act like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Stop trying to act like y'all are tough. And I'm not saying that y'all are not, but what I'm trying to say here is having a level of emotional intelligence, having a level of, like I said before, emotional intelligence will cure that problem. It will cure that. The reason why I'm saying that it will deal with that is because you can address things directly as opposed of having an overreaction to a lot of things. Because a lot of y'all are air signs, y'all won't directly touch on the things that you know that you need to touch on. Y'all will go around it. That's not doing it for you. I'm like I said before, I'm tired. See, people too scared to directly go to their issues and deal with it, but then their issues are compounding. And it's like, this is why it is that your issues are compounding. You need to deal with the situation. Because the thing is that when you now start talking about dealing with the situation directly, now everybody want to now start talking about you crazy. They want to now start talking about how you wildin', you don't know anything, you going crazy, you wildin', you this. It's like, listen, I'm the type of person where if I have something to say to somebody, I'm gonna leave them alone. Like I have many different options. I don't have you know what I'm saying? Like I don't just have to go around the world in 80 days. I could do that. I could choose to leave them alone. I can say something to them directly. I can come up with something interesting or creative to do to solve the problem. But talking to them directly to their face is an option. It is. Because I'm not finna be sitting here allowing myself to be stressed because I don't want to come off as being impolite. All of this goofy stuff that people, let's clarify the King of Wands. You have the Devil card, the Five of Wands, the Sun, Page of Wands, and then you have the Three of Cups. to clarify the King of Wands for you, Libra. So the Devil card and the Five of Wands right here for you, Libras. This speaks to you have to be able to solve your problems directly. This is the part of the reason why you're having so many issues. What it's saying is you're going to continue to have issues unless you solve the problem directly, unless you tell people what it is, unless you communicate to some people that you're trying to interact with them and stuff like this, and you wish that you could be cool with them, but you don't necessarily know if they really rock with you or not. So you got to give them space. Say that. Stop. See, that's what I'm trying to say. When I learned to communicate, that's when my whole world opened up. My world opened up even more because now I'm able to tell people what it really is. Like, yeah, I'm heartbroken. I felt something for this individual right here. Like, this person actually mattered to me for real. Like, this person legitimately had some sort of importance. And like people who are too stupid can't understand it. They'll laugh. I didn't care, because it's like for me, it's like they don't understand the spiritual because they so stupid. They don't understand the spirit. They're cave individuals. They they don't understand the spiritual connection. This is what Libra represents, that spiritual connection with everything. Learning how to communicate from the heart. Learning how to say things and do things that really do come from the heart. You Libras have to start in a constructive way communicating what's going on with you, that you would like to be peaceful and hang out with individuals that are giving you problems. But they pull so much antics. You need to say that. Stop it with the nonsense and acting like you. This is what I mean when I say y'all trying to act like y'all tough, because you're not saying that. And when you need to, but then you trying to figure out goofy ways to try to figure it out. There is no way to try to figure it out. Just say it. Pull people off to the side. Have them get a one-on-one with you. Ask individuals to hang out with you, right? Or tell them or ask them if you can go ahead and ask them if you can go ahead and talk to them for a minute and tell them what's going on with you. Because all of this nonsensical approach that a lot of y'all doing, this is what I mean when I say y'all running y'all mouths. The Sun now and the Page of Wands is all about how, and guess what? It will open up a brighter day. Three of Cups, you'll have people who will apologize and get to know your temperament a lot better. They will get to know that you don't rock with it like that. There's been so many people in my own life personally, outside of YouTube, that I know from the neighborhood who have hurt me, that I have learning this skill, that I have said, that just speaking, just telling them what it is. Like, look, like, I don't know if I could rock with you. And they're like, well, why? And I'm like, I don't have any vendetta. Sagittarius, a lot of them was some of them was Sagittarius, some of them was the crabs. You know what I'm saying? And I told them straight up, like, this is what it is, because this happened, and I don't necessarily know if it's this and this. And it's not because I'm bashing you or anything like that. It's just that, like, this is real important to me. It's important to me to have a girlfriend, a wifey. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is that I want. And you running around and trying to clown, basically clowning me, especially when I'm younger and stuff like this, that hurt, because that was deprived from me a lot. A lot of individuals running game when I was younger and I didn't know how to handle it. Going through a tough time, in and out the house, in and out my apartment in their own different ways. And then here you are, I'm coming to you as a friend because I'm thinking that you and I are cool, and here you are trying to throw dirt on it as well. So I was like, I told the person, I was like, I'm honestly doing my own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really not who I was. A lot of, people, I'm changing, and for the better. And it was like, right. Because everything opens up to you, because now you're able to actually communicate what's going on with you. So that's what it is that you Libras need. A lot of y'all are too afraid of what exactly is going on enough to actually say what's going on. You need to say